Yeah, so I think the song sums it up. लोग तो कुछ ना कुछ बातें करेंगे, but I'm hot. I got what everyone wants.
I don't usually say that I'm hot. You know, whatever the rest of the line is. I don't usually speak like this.
And the C groups, they had issues with the Kaur in your surname in the web series.
Yeah.
So how do you react to that?
It's my name. That's who I am.
You are living two lives, like Karen and Sunny. How do you manage to just balance it out?
I think that there's different sides of people's personalities and who they are in front of a camera and who they are off camera. Hi, I'm Sunny Leone and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
मुझको तो पता था होगा ये लोग ऐसी वैसी बातें करेंगे पर मुझे क्या करना है किसी से baby I am hot I got what everyone wants. Alright, that's a song that I think the flagship song of Karenjit Kaur, the Untold Story of Sunny Leone, and it's a huge pleasure to have Sunny Leone back with us. Pleasure having you back once again.
Thank you.
And yeah, so I think the song sums it up. लोग तो कुछ ना कुछ बातें करेंगे, but I'm hot. I got what everyone wants.
I don't usually say that I'm hot. You know, whatever the rest of the line is. I don't usually speak like this, but right. It's good writing.
Right. All right. So happy with the response that you've got?
I'm beyond happy with the response. I didn't, as I was saying earlier, I don't have many expectations in life when it comes to, releasing product, because you don't know what people are going to say or how they're going to respond to it. But this was a really nice response. Right. Everybody's been so amazing. The fans have loved it, so it's amazing.
Right. And the C groups, they had issues with the Kaur in your surname in the web series.
Yeah.
So how do you react to that?
It's my name. That's who I am. So I don't think that that's a reflection of anything but just me and not anybody else. So.
Right. All right. So that's a very interesting. As you were talking, that there's a very interesting line that you have in the last episode, where you're discussing with Daniel that there are certain regrets that Karen has, especially the hurt that her decisions caused to her parents. But as Sunny, she is fine with the decision that she has made, and she really liked the glamour and the glitz that was associated with her profession. There's a bit of a dichotomy. Do you agree with that? Like you are living two lives, like Karen and Sunny. How do you manage to just balance it out?
I think that most entertainers in whether you're singing, acting, or any sort of entertainment that you're providing out there for people, I think that most people have, it's almost like your alter ego of maybe who you want to be, or maybe when Sunny's performing, it's like big and grand, and I talk a lot more and I'm a lot louder, and but if you find me in my house, I'm a lot more quiet, more reserved, and I think that there's different sides of people's personalities and who they are in front of a camera and who they are off camera, and there are I would never. One thing that the show brought out is what my parents or family or different people around me would feel, because when you're living your own life, you're not thinking about how someone else feels or how someone else thinks, or how something you've done might have hurt somebody, or all these different things. So that was a very interesting part of this whole journey, which is I think what naturally killed me inside. But I think people have different shades and different things about themselves always.
Definitely, but why it becomes very interesting as far as you're concerned, because you grew up in a conservative atmosphere. Your mother, I think, who's brilliantly played by Grusha Kapoor, I think he's fabulous. Even your father, I think Mr. Anand, I think he's playing your father. I think he wonderfully done. Even your brother's character, I think he's really good. The bonding between you two has come across very nicely. When I was watching it, I remember the interview that we had for Leila in Spotlight. Spotlight, what is that? Farhan's
right.
Theatre. And while we were talking about your brother, your eyes had turned moist. So I was remembering that conversation that we had at that point of time. Now, why it becomes interesting as far as you're concerned, that you grew up in this conservative atmosphere. When you watched your first porn film, like Secret Temptations, you reacted in a very different manner, maybe what other teenagers would. So that becomes different in that context.
Right.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, as a child, you don't know what you're going to do in life, and what you view as a child when you're 8 years old, 10 years old, 12-year-old, or maybe coming of age is completely different than when you become an adult, and how your views and certain things that happen in your life, how those things help change your perspective of maybe everything. So at that time, yeah, it was gross and weird, and I never in a million years would have thought like I would be entering a field where I was, maybe 10 years before saying, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. So I just think that it's human nature to evolve, and you evolve with your way of thinking, even as a child. Like what you think at those very interesting moments in your life that you don't forget, but you don't think that helps shape or change anything that you might view later on. So yeah, it might be a little weird for people to see that I wasn't into it. Of course, I was very young, so it's not something I think all children maybe find interesting. Hi, I'm Sunny Leone, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.